On my travels throughout this great nation, I have the privilege to speak to youth in public or private schools and some occasional churches. Last week, while touring in Iowa, I had the chance to address a mixed crowd that included a high school church youth group. My first thought when speaking to the youth is, awesome! I can teach and equip these kids with what they need to stand against the secularists in America's current culture war. After all, every youth loves to challenge status quo. At least I did. During this presentation, I asked the question, what does it take to be American? A social security number? Driver's license? A birth certificate? After a bit of deliberation, I reminded them that George Washington had none of these articles of identification, but he was no less an American. So what makes you an American? I believe that ascribing to the doctrine of what the U.S. Code calls the organic law of the United States, the Declaration of Independence. This amazing document contains the ideology that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these God-given rights, governments are instituted among men. Therefore, the principal prerequisite to American citizenship is the acknowledgement that there is a God. Our rights come from Him, and the purpose of government is simply to secure or protect our God-given rights. After devoting 5 minutes to that concept, a concept which I thought would have been a presupposition to all members present, I was directly affronted by at least 30% of the Christian youth present. I thought, really? Their 16-year-old spokesperson asserted, "We cannot force a Muslim to listen to our Christian value system in a public institution, Mr. MacAulay." I retorted, "The Muslim's free to leave. But you will find that he won't, because the tolerance of the Christian ethic is what drew him and every other immigrant to America. Tolerance and liberty are an anathema in much of our world today, especially Muslim-controlled countries. Why would we want to give our heritage up?" I loved this young man's tenacity and courage to stand in an auditorium full of people he did not know and challenge what he thought was fallacy. We fenced a little on the topic of religious freedom and what that truly meant. His arguments were not very deep because the government school systems are not designed to give understanding, but rather simple rhetoric, which is becoming more and more antithetical to American tenets. I want the youth of this nation to understand you can't subjugate a Christian people. They won't stand for it. A Christian culture will recognize and reject tyranny before tyranny can get a foothold. A Christian people, by virtue of their understanding of God's creation, their knowledge of history, their comprehension of the divine origin of law, and their assurance of heavenly citizenship, will never suffer earthly leaders who do not speak and act lawfully. A Christian people would not be so foolish as to allow those who mock law and justice to lead them. In order, therefore, to subjugate and enslave a Christian people, you must first de-Christianize them. You must remove from the culture that which prevents you from conquering them. You must concentrate on the children. You must take them away from their parents and every day, day by day, indoctrinate them to reject and forget the Christian ideas and habits of their fathers and their mothers, their grandfathers and their grandmothers. This is precisely what government schools have done and continue to do, and I saw this firsthand. Once the people are de-Christianized, you can take away their rights. You can take away their property. You can take away their weapons. You can tell them lies that they will believe. You can kill them or let them live if it suits you. You can't conquer a Christian people, but if you can steal their children and train them to believe that there is a wall of separation between God and government, then you can enslave them, or rather, they have enslaved themselves. I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak publicly with this youth, and of course, we continued our dialogue privately to an exceptional conclusion regarding history, understanding, and mutual respect. I live to change this anti-Christian cultural tide, and I hope you do too. This is Jake MacAulay with the Institute on the Constitution, doing the American View.